Is the Canon M50 a good choice for YouTube? I think so. Let's talk about it. I know, you're probably looking at this and you're like, $700, right? That's $300 away from $1,000. But believe me, cameras are so expensive. Cameras cost thousands and thousands of dollars. For this price point, which is $700, it is dirt cheap. If you do your research right now on cameras, you're going to be surprised to see how expensive a good camera could be. Let's go to Google, let's do a quick Google search. We're already seeing cameras that are $6,499, $1,299. It says a new professional camera costs $4,499 to $6,299. But used cameras start as low as $100. Of course, you could go buy a camera that's $100 or $200, but it's not gonna be worth it. You're gonna end up wasting your money and buying another camera again. You could definitely get this used, because when I bought my first camera, I believe I bought it used. You could look on eBay if you don't wanna buy it on Amazon. It doesn't matter if you get the Canon M50 Mark I or if you get the Canon M50 Mark II. There's no big differences between the two. Whichever one that is in your price range, go ahead and buy it. But let's continue reading. It says the cost of a camera usually doesn't include a lens. So it is important. A semi-pro DSLR camera costs from about $500 to $3,000 or more. That is correct. Usually when you buy a camera, it doesn't come with everything. But don't worry, when you buy a Canon M50, it comes with the lens. Sometimes it comes with a camera bag. You're going to have your charger included. You're going to have all the essential things you need. And now, if you're in a budget, you could only buy the camera body, but eventually you're going to need to buy the lens. I do feel like you shouldn't spend more than $700 in a camera. The camera is only one part. When it comes to your actual setup, I wouldn't recommend you buying a camera that's lower than $500, but do not spend more than $700 as well. Because you also need to invest in your lights, your audio equipment. You're going to need a tripod, a laptop or a computer if you don't have a laptop to edit your videos. So you're gonna have to make a couple of investments. You're going to have to spend a little bit of money. Camera will definitely be the most expensive thing you buy. The other stuff are not as expensive, because you could buy a tripod that is $10. You could buy audio equipments that are $50 to $100, light setups that are $100 or $80. So your camera would definitely be your most expensive investment. When I first bought it, it was so small. Especially the bigger the camera, the better you think it is, right? But it's not always the case. Every camera is different. There are a lot of cameras that are big for nothing, okay? And there are cameras that are small and they pack a big punch. So it depends. Every camera have their pros and cons. There's not really a best camera. Every situation is different. It just depends on what you're going to be filming. If you're filming a car scene, you're gonna choose a specific camera. If you're shooting under the water, most likely you're gonna choose a different camera. If you're gonna wanna shoot slow motion, sometimes it's best to choose a different camera. I'm just saying this to say that this camera is the perfect size for you to use for YouTube. If you are a vlogger, I want you to comment, yo! For all my vloggers, this is the perfect camera for you. You will be able to hold it in your hands when you're vlogging. You're gonna be walking around, sometimes running, right? If you're not a vlogger and you just wanna sit down, film yourself talking, this is also a good option, because that's what I'm doing right now. Whatever you're going to be doing on your YouTube channel is still going to be a good option for you. Boy, this is a big one. Especially if you have a YouTube channel, man, this is going to be so important. A lot of times when you're filming your videos, you're not gonna have anybody to help you. When you're on YouTube, you're like a lone wolf. So the ability to film yourself is major because of the two options it has. The option to autofocus and the option to be able to flip your LCD screen. Just place the camera on your tripod like I'm doing now. I just turn my LCD screen because I'm able to flip my LCD. I look at my face because it has an autofocus. Once I touch my face, it autofocus on my face. That's all I have to do. So this option helps me a lot, and I know it will help you, because there's a lot of cameras that has LCD screens and you can't even flip them. They're just stuck to the back of the camera. Content is king and audio is your queen. Always remember that, because your audio is even more important than the quality of your video. When you start YouTube, you definitely have to start spending some money, not too much, on your audio equipment, okay? I do not recommend you use the audio that is coming straight from your camera. Buy a separate audio equipment so you could plug in your camera. It doesn't matter if you have a camera that costs $10,000. Make sure to buy a separate audio equipment. And because this already have an audio input, it makes it easy for you to buy any type of audio equipment. You could just plug it right in the camera. Even though this video is about how good the Canon M50 is, but if you would ask me if you should buy an audio equipment or if you should buy a camera, I would tell you to buy an audio equipment first. That's how important audio is, okay? Because content is king and audio is your queen. Like I mentioned earlier, this camera is very small, but you have the ability to change your lens. That is very crucial. Being able to change the lens will highly enhance the quality of your video. When you buy a camera, you're going to start realizing that each lens has pros and cons. There's pros and cons to each lens. There's lenses that are perfect for wide angle shots. There's lenses that are better for close-up shots. There's lenses that could go down all the way to 1.5, 1.8. That means it's really good in low light. You're going to start realizing the importance of buying different lenses. When you buy this camera, you don't have to go crazy since you're only using this for YouTube. You also have an option to buy an adapter. Now you're able to add a bunch of different DSLR lenses into this camera. There's a lot of different things that this camera could do, but I didn't really mention. Wi-Fi capabilities, the ability to shoot 4K. Yes, this camera can shoot 4K videos. You have the ability to take high, and I do mean high quality pictures. But like I said, it is very versatile. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments. Before you go, check out this video right here. I talk about the best lens that you could get for your camera. It elaborates on which lens you should definitely consider once you buy the Canon M50. Alright, my name is Edgy, and I'll see you later. Remember, in this video I talk about the Canon M50, but in this... Damn, motherfucker.